Yes, I'm doing quarantine again. Hi, welcome to Peach Farm. Good news is I'm on day 13, so it's almost over actually. It's done tomorrow. Another good news is I'm doing it with a hell of a view in front of me, so do you guys want to see? Okay, cue the view. So yes, that's what I've been seeing for the past quarantine. Also, this is my Hong Kong dorm room. Actually, this isn't my room. They're just letting me quarantine here. I have to move to the room that I was assigned to, but I want to stay in this room because the view. So I asked the office, but they haven't replied yet, and Maybe you guys are wondering why I haven't filmed this quarantine, because last quarantine was quite a scene.
Let go! Let go! You will never bring your family honor!
I really don't get where this comes from. Where? Like, I'm 100% Korean. But you know, we don't want to be repetitive here. And also in the middle, I had an exam, which means that the first half of the quarantine would have been me trying to study, failing, panicking last minute, procrastinating, doing the test, getting it over with somehow, like always. So I didn't vlog it. Okay, that and anxiety. But you know, we're gonna talk about that a bit later in the video. Also, my day has a routine, so I feel like if I made a video out of it, it would be the same every day. And you know, I don't want to do one of those, oh my god, a day in my quarantine. Actually, let's do it. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how boring it is. You know, I didn't want to bore y'all, so. And then I Netflix, twerk a lot, sing, Netflix again, eat, work out, blah 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 blah. Also, I'm back on the dating scene. No, I'm not back on the dating scene. I'm back on the dating apps. Back to the arms of a bunch of creeps. Not saying that everyone's a creep. I've met some wonderful people on there. Okay, what is up with these unsolicited pics? I don't want your veiny fucking tiny little dick that smells just from the photo in my phone. I don't want that shit. If you are a guy that sends unsolicited dick pics, please let me know how it benefits you. Does it turn you on? Does the taking photo of your erected dick turn you on? Or does the sending process turn you on? Or does the girl's response of ew, what the fuck turn you on? Or does the girl's uncomfortable response of I don't know how to react, but I don't want to be too mean turn you on? What turns you on about the whole unsolicited dick pic process? I don't understand. But no, not everyone's been sending me unsolicited dick pics. It's also asking for my nudes, and I'm just like, I don't know you like that, man. Why would I? Also, there was this dude on Tinder, his opener line was, you have to choose fuck, marry, kill, me, Hitler. And I was like, maybe I could have responded cute and been like, haha. But in the moment, I felt like sending the message of, haha, you literally just forced me to fucking marry you. Which is not cute, by the way. I just said in the sentence that you forced me to fuck you, which means you are a rapist. And then he somehow didn't catch that, and he was like, oh, what ring do you want? Bruh, I just said you forced me to fuck you. I'm not down for that shit. And then y'all know what he said. He said, oh, whoa, you're intense. Good luck.
What the fuck?
Right, let's talk about this. Right, I made a rant on my Instagram stories about it, and I feel like I could just post it, the same thing right here. So if I feel uncomfortable because a guy is hitting on me in a way that I don't want him to because it makes me feel uncomfortable, and I say that I'm uncomfortable, then suddenly I'm sensitive, and you know, I'm gonna have a hard time living in society and flirting with men because I feel uncomfortable when people just talk about fucking all the fucking time. Right? Why is harassment normalized in dating apps? Also, I know the fact that a lot of people just see Tinder and Bumble as like the fuck app, and I'm also aware that I come across as somebody who sees the app as the fuck app because my boobs are out on all photos, because they're just out in all the photos that I own because they are big. I know that a lot of people are also on there for like cool vibes, good dates, potential relationships that don't bud from just like randomly having sex with a stranger. And I know for a fact that many women are very uncomfortable by the sexual comments that the men use to open their liners. Okay, let's say the lustful comment is normalized and that I'm supposed to expect it because it's the social perception of this fucking app. The thing I don't get is, why do you try to gaslight women? Why do y'all try to gaslight women? What's with the gaslighting? Huh? Do you think you're smart? You have small PP energy, small brain energy, small everything energy. Leave. Because you know, these people, if they say something sexual, and if the woman indicates that she's uncomfortable, shouldn't the normalized response be an apology? Why is the normalized response these days fucking gaslighting? Oh, good luck. Oh, good luck. No one's gonna find you attractive if you're so sensitive. Oh my god, you're intense. You're on Tinder. What else would you expect other than horny men? Like, from 4 years of experience on these dating apps or Tinder, on and off, I do know for a fact that there are many decent men. So stop normalizing yourselves, you fucking creeps. So yes, I've come to a point where I don't take first sexual openers or like the first whatever message that's lustful they send as offensive anymore, because fine. But now I make sure to indicate that it makes me feel uncomfortable, or that I'm not down for nudes, or that I'm not down for unsolicited dick pics or whatever. And some do apologize, which is great. Thank you. Why am I even thanking you for basic human manners? But thank you. Most people are like, yeah, I don't have respect. How do you like that? I don't like that, Tom. I don't like it. Who likes, if all you were looking for is my vagina and my titties that you can grasp onto during your, sad 5-minute panting sex. If you find out that I'm not gonna be vibing with that, then you could just, unmatch with me, say bye. That's not what I'm looking for. But instead your little ego's hurt and you have to gaslight because you don't know how to apologize, you don't know how to accept the fact that you are wrong or that you could have offended someone, because if someone's offended, then that person's sensitive, not you. So yeah, that's been my another journey of Bumble / Tinder. Oh, funny story though, I don't know if you're watching this, you're probably watching this. This is so TMI, but this is my first time actually downloading Bumble. I've never downloaded Bumble before because there's this dude I met on Tinder like a year ago, and then apparently we were vibing well, and apparently he asked me to be exclusive, and we were all that, but not boyfriend and girlfriend, but exclusive. I don't get modern dating. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, we were all that, but he needed a break, so he was taking a break, but he didn't indicate specifically that we weren't exclusive anymore. So I was very confused, but he was also avoiding confrontation. He needed a break and whatever. And during the break, when I thought we were still exclusive, because he never indicated otherwise, he got Bumble. And after this talk of repairment of the relationship and things were fine again, I was walking with him to go to my Uber and his phone buzzed, and I just glanced at it and it said Bumble notification blah blah, and I was like, so after that, Bumble became like a symbol of trauma for me, so I didn't download it. But now things are good. PTSD about Bumble is gone, so I'm on Bumble. Actually, Bumble's way better than Tinder. Tinder pool is... Another thing, is Tinder Gold a different world than Tinder regular? Because my Tinder pool is so bad and I refuse to believe. I think I've swiped left on 2,000 people. I'm not kidding. I swiped right on 15 maximum on Tinder over the past 12 days. And then my friend was telling me that if you get Tinder Gold, you get a better pool, and that makes no sense to me. Why would you do that? I would never spend money on Tinder. If you ever catch me spending money on Tinder, please slap me across the face. I'm not kidding. You may slap me. I grant you the access of slapping my face. To wrap up the whole Bumble Tinder story, I think I blocked 70% of the people. How sad is that? Who messaged me on something other than the dating app, that we moved on to other messages because they were sending unsolicited dick pics or all they wanted were nudes, and I'm like, Bumble and Tinder are useless. But also I've met some fun people, so that's good. When I say fun people, I mean 1 or 2. Okay, let's stop talking about these dating apps. Let's get to the actual point. Stop avoiding the actual topic, Sally. Anxiety. So as you know, I kind of slowed down on making the videos. I used to post 2 a week. And you know, it seems like I just slowed down because I just lost that passion of a beginning budding YouTuber, but that's not really it. Mental health. I guess that's the thing with anxiety, right? It comes and goes, and when you don't have it, you feel great. I don't think I've ever actually felt anxious or apprehensive about, you know, life in general at all. And there are many layers to this story because there are a lot of complications with anxiety and being Asian, and you know, I don't know how to unravel this story. There is no story, it's just a complicated web of many events. I guess I'll start with when I got my first anxiety attack. It was back in Copenhagen, and I had an exam the day after, and then when I was procrastinating again for the exam, I didn't feel anxious. You know, yeah, I was kind of nervous about the exam, but it was the same as any other exam that I've ever taken in my life. So, you know, it was just a final exam for a course. I remember around like 6 p.m. before dinner. You know when you do like really rough cardio and you just can't breathe? So even if you take in a lot of breaths, if this is the bottom of the lung, it only goes to like here and it doesn't reach the bottom of your lungs, and you know, shortness in breath. So I was experiencing that, and I did not even think that it was an anxiety attack because I didn't even know what an anxiety attack was. I didn't know that I could even have anxiety ever, because look at me. And it actually took me months to realize that that was actually my first anxiety attack. At the time, I thought that it was some sort of withdrawal from something, and it did pass. It lasted like a few hours, and then it was normal. I was fine again. And after the first attack, they kept coming. It's like a gateway. As soon as you crack it open, you can't close it again. I feel like that's how I feel. I feel like as soon as anxiety starts, it just gets worse, or it somehow creeps into your life. And after that, I went back to Korea. I was doing great for quarantine, and then a few weeks after that too. And then I had one of those attacks again, and then it dawned on me that it was anxiety. I have many close friends who already have anxiety, and they actually helped me understand what it is and that I am probably having one. It's great to have friends who can, you know, guide you through these things. I was so frustrated over the summer because anxiety attacks are like, you know, the fucking yellow bus that hit Regina George over?
Up your hair.
It's like that bus. It comes out of fucking nowhere, or for me at least. I thought that I could at least expect when these would come. At least I would have a stressful, like, prominent factor in my life that I could expect, and I'd be like, you know what, if I do get an anxiety attack, that'd be normal. I thought it would be like that, but no, I would be having a great meal, great day, and then it would hit like a motherfucking yellow school bus. For me, all summer, it was never that bad to a point where it got to like a panic attack or whatever. I could still act like I don't have it, you know? Also, all summer, except like twice a week, I was always at home with my parents. And here's the thing, I'm enforcing another stereotype, but you know, Asian parents don't really, anxiety is not really a thing for them. And that just worsens the situation because I would have these anxiety attacks and then I would pretend to not have them, which would make it worse, or I would actually try to talk to my mom about it, but then I wouldn't actually know how to calmly put these into words because I would be really emotional about it. And then my mom wouldn't get it, obviously, because I wouldn't explain it well. And then she would say something along the lines of like, oh, pray, or you need to, you know, be more grateful in life. You wouldn't be feeling these things if you were grateful. And I would just, it would be a bad cycle of just frustration, anxiety, attacks, shortness in breath. So it was pretty bad all summer. But yeah, these attacks would hit out of nowhere, even when I thought that I have no stress factors in life other than, I don't know, being kind of contained at home because of the virus and summer vacation. So I mentioned this before, but I think it's just a bad loop of, I constantly feel like I should be grateful, very grateful, and I am grateful, but also by having these anxiety attacks, I feel like, oh, these aspects of my life could be better, but also then I feel ungrateful. You know, so I wasn't in my best headspace, thus couldn't create good content. But I'm back at it. I'm back to my freedom, and for the first time in my life, I'm seeing a therapist next week, I think. If the therapy session isn't too personal, I'll probably make a video on it too. Okay, for me, anxiety isn't a touchy subject. I'm just mad about it all the time because I'm like, why do I have this shit? It is the worst when you're about to eat a good ass meal and it just hits out of nowhere and you're about to take the bite of something really, really good and the anxiety hits. Anxiety for me, it makes me lose appetite because the heart races really fast. It's really weird and it makes me feel full, or not full, but my heart's like pumping fast, so I don't feel hunger anymore, and the food is right there, and then even if I taste it, I can't really taste how good it is, and it's just Also, for the first time in my life, I got insomnia because of these anxiety attacks. I used to be someone who would fall right into sleep if my head just hit a pillow. Now I realize how much of a blessing that was. I think the last month or month and a half in Seoul, before sleeping, I would at least be awake for a full hour doing nothing, just laying on bed, trying to sleep, and sometimes my heart thumping out of my chest, but also I'm trying to ignore it, I'm trying to sleep, right? So it has been quite an inconvenience and has been affecting my mental health overall. I'm someone who's constantly thinking about her own mental health or what's going on in my life. I never ignore what I'm going through, or on purpose at least. I'm always self-analyzing because, I don't know, that's just, I'm an only child. What else would I have grown up doing? Always thinking about my own feelings, always thinking about why I feel this way, why I act this way. So this anxiety thing has really been an enigma for me because I don't know where it comes from, really. I do know these base reasons, but I also feel like they shouldn't be causing attacks where I can't breathe properly. Anxiety, get the fuck out of my face. I hate you. No one likes you. Get the fuck out. My mom was genuinely worried because she's like, are you having a heart thing because you're fat? And I'm like, no, mom, I don't think it's that. Because I could feel like, it's not like a clench in the heart, it's more like the beating going really fast, and if you have anxiety, you know. Also, I think it's good that I'm seeing a therapist or a psychiatrist or whoever I'm gonna see, because there's a limitation to self-diagnosing, you know? I'm not an expert. To be very frank, I'm very scared of medication because I'm very scared of growing dependent on them. Like, what if I'm 50 and I'm a businesswoman and I get these attacks and I have to be like, oh, and oh my god, that looked like I'm sucking a dick. You know, pills. My friends also told me that I shouldn't be scared of these pills because, you know, there's probably a chemical imbalance in your head that, you know, you just need to tweak back. And I guess it's growing up in this typical Korean household that made me fear pills and dependency and everything. So it's good that I'm seeing an expert on this, and I will let you guys know how it goes. That was a very long, uncohesive talk on anxiety. But yeah, you know, y'all are on a peach farm journey with me, so y'all should know how it goes. But I get out in 2 days. Isn't that exciting? This one I promise, I pinky promise. I promise to you guys that I will vlog the things that I do when I get out of quarantine in Hong Kong, okay? I promise. So stay tuned, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Bye. I cannot believe I forgot to mention this. On the day 2 of my quarantine, I had a sleep paralysis and I felt a lady hold my hand. She slipped her fingers onto my hand and she started whispering into my ear, I got into a really bad relationship. How do I get out of this? Please help me. In Korean, and it was freaky as hell. But bye.